with this? Come on. Okay. Good morning. I don't know if my video worked at the beginning because it said something failed. But anyways, it is, what is this? Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. I am SirFelixTheCat. This is Talk a Better Politics Morning Talk. Let me put up my little ticker. Yes, good morning. Yeah, State of the Union today. Good morning, Pinky. As my ticker says, ignore the glasses, the lack of energy, have a migraine, but I'm trying to get the show taken care of still. So, yeah, let's talk about some news. Actually, I do have a story on the State of the Union coming up. We'll cover that one in just a minute. How do I change screen? There we go. All right. So we have silence I need to get rid of. Okay. Story from Politico. White House wants to reprieve in spy powers fight that has split the GOP. I didn't know about this until I was doing a little bit of research yesterday. Our favorite douchebag of the country, Stephen Miller, he is trying to pass Section 702 Surveillance Authority. And basically what this is he wants to be able to spy on people outside of the country. The kind of way that we're spied on in our country where, you know, if you're on any social media, any online platform, they're collecting your data, seeing what you're doing, see what you say about people, basically to find out who's talking bad about Trump outside of the country. And that's wrong. Also to see who might be planning to come here because they want to come visit the country or they want to move here. I don't know why you'd want to come do either of those right now. It's a very bad place. You actually have people who have bought tickets for like events that happen here that have openly said, I canceled my tickets. I'm going to throw my tickets away because I don't want to accidentally come here and have ICE decide like, oh, you know what? You don't look like me, so you must be a terrorist or a gangster. So we're going to go ahead and arrest you and put you in this detention center for months on end for no reason and revoke all your rights when you're here. Because if you come here and visit this country, you know what? You get our rights as well. That's just a thing that happens. But yeah, Stephen Miller's just doing some more douchey shit, and this needs to be stopped. This guy, everything he does is evil. There is no reason this would be a good thing to do. It wouldn't benefit anybody, wouldn't benefit this country. It's just more evil, corrupt bullshit to spy on people and be racist. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, we'll follow up on that story when we get more. With CBS News, this is that story about the State of the Union. There are going to be congresswomen that are going to wear all white to Trump's State of the Union. And I support this. This is in reference to the Epstein files and all the victims who are just basically or blatantly being ignored by the Trump administration and the DOJ. They are going to wear all white in support of the Me Too movement, which, yes, this is a good time for Me Too to come back because we have people who were abused. And this government is just saying like, we don't care about you. As long as we get to protect the millionaires and Trump's buddies and Trump himself, then we're good. And that's not cool. So I think everyone, not just the women, everyone who is going to this should wear white. But still, the best thing to do is to not go. Let it be an empty house. That would be the best thing to do. We should get Republicans who don't want to bow down and slurp out of the diaper to do the same. Don't go. Host another event somewhere and spread a good message. Spread the message of Me Too. Spread the message of how these people were victimized by Epstein and Trump and his buddies. And do like Jimmy Kimmel says, always refer to them as the Trump Epstein files because that's what they are. Trump has made that abundantly clear. It is the Trump Epstein files. Oh, Greg Abbott's brought up. Let me see. Trump throws support behind Governor Greg Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick A new endorsement. Jesus Christ. The corrupt supporting the corrupt. But yeah, if you are going to watch the State of the Union, watch it, look out for those, and let's see how they react. Because I'm sure there's going to be some pretty disgusting things said by Republicans towards these women. I mean, if you I don't know if you saw it, Trump, because this little douchebag Kash Patel was at the Olympics for the hockey game. He ended up getting Trump on his cell phone, and Trump was able to talk to the hockey team, the men's hockey team, and he invited them over, and they agreed. And then, in a very disgusting manner, Trump then said, "But we are going to have to invite the women too." And it's like, what? They're Olympic athletes, way better than the douchebag talking. And you're treating them, talking about them like they're less than people. We're going to have to invite them. You should, honor the fact that they played for your country and won challenging games for your country. But nope. No, we're going to talk about them like they're less than people. I guess that's the MAGA way. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And then, Trump also shared a video. The women, they refused. They said no. They did it in a polite way because that's how they do it. But that's what most athletes do if they don't want to do. They kind of do it in a polite way. If they had balls, they'd be like, "No, I'm not going to sit down with a pedophile terrorist." That's what I would do. But they did the right thing. They refused the offer. Anybody with dignity would refuse the offer. Seattle, when they won the Super Bowl, they refused the offer, as they should. Next up, this story. Oh, dude, me and Hawk were reading this one last night after we ended our podcast. GOP Representative Tony Gonzalez faces pressure from party over affair allegations. So he had an affair with one of his staffers, and the story went public after something happened. This is going to sound like conspiracy theory, but I'm pretty sure it's fact. After she committed suicide by setting herself on fire. What that looks like to me is he did something, and then he covered up the evidence. We're going to have another one of some people covering up evidence. But he covered up evidence by having her suicided. Because that's the way a disgusting person would do things. And considering he has guardians of pedophiles in his title, he's the kind of person that would do that. That is vile. Absolutely vile. But at least 4 House Republicans have called on Gonzalez to either resign or end his bid for re-election, which it shouldn't be or, it should be both. He should probably be investigated 100% to see what actually happened here, to prove that he's not a psycho murderer, which it looks like he is. But to resign or drop his bid for election after explicit text messages surfaced from Gonzalez to his then employee, Regina Santos Avalas, probably mispronouncing that, and I apologize, who later died after setting herself on fire. He denied the affair right after it happened. I didn't know about the whole setting herself on fire thing. That was the part that I learned last night, and that was wild. Absolutely wild. But we have disgusting people supporting him resigning, which I like that. Anna Paulina Luna, who we've seen as a very hardcore Trump sycophant, which if she doesn't like people who, have affairs, why does she support Trump? A guy who's really famous from not just his TV show, but for having affairs. That's one of his things. He cheats on everybody he's with. He cheated on his wife while she was pregnant with their son. Vile people. But yeah, Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace also call for it, which is, it's great to see these mostly disgusting people have a pair of balls and like a backbone and some dignity when it comes to like the Epstein files and situations like this. Like they actually support the correct side. I like to see these disgusting people, but Mike Johnson's on the opposite side, of course, because you know that's Mike Johnson. Hide everything that's bad against his party. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen pictures of her. I haven't seen what this what Regina looked like. But she definitely could have done better than dealing with him. And I hope it was consensual and not him just doing terrible, terrible things. But yeah, I hope he loses. I hope he gets kicked out. I hope he sees some sort of punishment and some. I truly believe there needs to be an investigation. 100%. Next up, we have The Guardian. New details emerged about armed man shot and killed at Trump's Mar-a-Lago. And of course, the one thing I said people really want to know right away is, what party was he part of? And yes, he comes from a very devout Republican family, which makes sense. The confusing thing is, I've seen articles saying that his cousins said that he had no interest in politics and he doesn't even know how to shoot a gun. Which that part was just, what? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, he showed up at Mar-a-Lago with a shotgun. And he also had, there was signs showing that he did this because of what happened in the Epstein files. So to say he doesn't have any interest in politics is weird when it comes back to the Epstein files, and he knew to go to Mar-a-Lago, which is Trump's home, since he doesn't have any other home besides the White House, which isn't his home, even though he redecorated it and put gold everywhere, made it gaudy like it is his home, because, you know, he has no intention of ever leaving. But the 21-year-old man who was shot and killed after having entered Donald Trump's Florida resort on Sunday while carrying a shotgun came from a North Carolina family of the president's supporters and had reportedly become increasingly fixated on the, I don't know why they call it so-called, by the Trump Jeffrey Epstein files. The focus on the FBI's investigation into the institution, attributed into Austin Tucker Martin, is tightening on his movement and his motives. Martin was confronted by Secret Service agents and a local sheriff's deputy inside the secured perimeter of Mar-a-Lago and killed after he raised a shotgun into shooting position at about 1:30 a.m. on Sunday. Martin was a graduate of a recent high school graduate who believed to have driven down to Florida from his home in North Carolina Saturday afternoon, obtaining a weapon en route. So yeah, it's another guy. He came from Republicans, but he realized, oh, my family has been supporting a pedophile. And he agrees. Pedophiles deserve punishment. And he sees a pedophile is guarding other pedophiles to make sure his ass doesn't get arrested, doesn't get impeached for being a pedophile. So I mean, I don't call for violence, but he had an idea to be like, hey, well, somebody's got to do something about this, because as we see, the DOJ isn't going to do shit about it. Yeah, it's bad. According to TMZ, the text said, I don't know if you read up on the Epstein files, but evil is real and unmistakable. Tell other people about what you hear about the Epstein files and what the government is doing about it. Raise awareness. Yep, straight up, raise awareness, because the government's not doing shit about it. And it's sad. It's sad this guy, I came to the conclusion that we all come to, and that they're not doing anything about it. They're just going to let it continue happening. At least in this country, they want it to continue happening. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. In my description of this video, I mentioned this one by saying the dishonorable Aileen Cannon plays Captain Save-A-Trump, because she's playing Captain Save-A-Ho, by blocking the release of special counsel Jack Smith's report on Trump. Because, again, sycophants will defend this guy left and right. His report legitimately shows corruption, undeniable corruption from our president. Releasing these files, again, it's always they have to block these files from coming out because any file would prove Trump's a bad person. These files would end a ongoing debate about, did Trump commit crimes? Yes, he committed crimes. We saw he committed crimes. We saw the pictures of the files stacked up in the bathroom. We saw the files in the bedrooms. We saw that he had a special little area cut out in the wall to hide files in, because he tried to hide them from government officials. He is a criminal. He is a criminal. And I don't think they should be able to hide the fact that he's a criminal. This should be overridden. Like, some court needs to step in and make this get released. Just like a court needs to step in, like Supreme Court, and make sure it's so disgusting that our DOJ is Pam Bondi. A woman who is going to sit here and just dick ride for the president. To not let fact and truth come out. To cover up his many crimes, his pedophilia, every bad thing he's done. And there's nothing that can be done because the person who would be responsible for getting him arrested is Pam Bondi. Like, it's vile. It's vile. And the cunt's never going to leave office. When it comes time for him to leave, if we have another election, we are going to see another January 6th. Because that's what this guy does. It's so frustrating. Yeah. The whole situation with the guy getting shot. Yeah, I agree, Pinky. It's maddening. Everything going on with this government is just maddening. And then we had Trump coming out talking about his tariffs, and God, it's insane. It's insane. I'm just going to skip to that video, or to that conversation. Trump offers bonkers new explanation for his poll free fall. This is while he was talking about his tariffs and how great they are, and spreading more lies about that, and about how he's the best president ever. And his explanation, I can't play the video. It won't play. I've tried it twice. Excuse me. He's saying that he has a very silent supporter base, which, yes, I agree. He does have a silent supporter base. People who voted for him, every poll, like every polling interview we had leading up to the 2024 election, showed nobody wanted to support Trump. And it came down to, we had people who were obviously lying. They were embarrassed to admit they were voting for Trump. So then, if you're embarrassed to vote for this guy and to admit you voted for him, why did you vote for him? Like, honestly, if you're embarrassed by the fact that you were going to vote for this guy, why did you do it? Just why did you do it? Yeah, he thinks he has a silent supporter base, which I agree. He does. But what was wild is the comments capped off with a head-scratching event in which the 79-year-old president mused about his mortality, pushing his ongoing election lies, and got so distracted at one point that he stopped mid-sentence to say hello to a woman in the audience who'd had eye problems. And he says, "I gave her money to fix her eyes. The doctor ripped me off, but that's okay." So the dementia just pops up. The dude can't stay focused. Let's talk about something that doesn't matter. People don't need to know. It has nothing to do with tariffs. It has nothing to do with mortality, like his own mortality, because he keeps talking about the fact that he's going to die because he understands he's not healthy at all, even though he's going to keep having his doctors lie and say, "Oh, he's the healthiest person to ever exist." We have Republicans who say, "Oh, he's super strong and in great shape," when we can see he's a feeble, demented old man. Yeah, that was just embarrassing. Just absolutely embarrassing. He's an embarrassment. I can't say that enough. And what we're going to get tonight, when it comes to the State of the Union, we're going to have the same dribble over and over again. He's going to sit there and talk about how he got cheated out of an election and that he should have won then, which if he should have won then, he shouldn't be in office now. So I say we acknowledge the fact that he should have won and kick him the fuck out of office now because he's illegally there then. We're also going to get the fact that he's the best president. He's done more for everybody than anybody else ever has. He's done more for other countries than anybody else has ever done. He's running the best economy. Look at it. The Dow Jones is at some number that doesn't matter when it comes to the economy because the stock market has nothing to do with the economy. But these are the things we're going to hear, and it's probably going to go on for much longer than it needs to. Everybody's going to be bored, but yet Republicans, the sycophants, are going to give them standing ovations. They're going to praise it, and then on Fox News tomorrow, you're going to hear about how everything he said triggered the left. Everything's a joke. Everything is a joke. Oh, my internet. There we go. This is the story I was hinting at earlier where we have a cover-up. This just seems way too convenient. Witness who saw friend fatally shot by immigration agents in Texas last year dies in car accident. The reason this is so important to talk about is this is a kid, Ruben Ray Martinez, who was killed last year, and nobody really talked about it when ICE killed him. It kind of just got swept under the rug, but it came out, I believe, like a week ago or so. And it just so happens that the eyewitness, who would be like the most important for getting ICE agents arrested and having legal action taken against the department, mysteriously dies in a car accident, just very conveniently. We had a Republican who had an affair with his aide, and then she randomly decided to set herself on fire. We have a witness who saw the Republican Party, like Gestapo, doing evil things, and she conveniently dies. We are getting to that point. This administration is trying to act like they are Russia, like they are Putin. Putin, you do something against him, you speak out against him, you fall out of a window. You don't get pushed or thrown out a window. You fall out of a window. These are adding up way too quick. This is getting scary where they're just going to start openly. Like that's the next step. Is first you do it and make it seem like it's an accident. Next step, you just do it in the open. You get to that point where Trump does what he said he could do, and he could shoot someone on 5th Street, and people would still support him. we're scarily getting to that Hitler level. And this is something that should definitely be looked into, and not by the FBI. The FBI, who is probably going to take over the investigation into the ranch, the Epstein ranch, and once they get involved, it's done. No more information comes out. Because I remember when you had the investigation going on into Renee Good, that whole situation, the FBI came in and said, "Oh, we'll do it." Investigation stopped. That was it. We have the state trying to do something, but FBI was blocking their attempts. Same thing with Preddy. Once that happened, the FBI and DOJ said, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to do an investigation." And it's the state who's actually trying to push things, while the FBI and DOJ just sit on their hands like, we're not really going to do anything. We're going to praise them because we know a former trainer for ICE had come out and admitted that ICE agents are trained to ignore people's rights. Like, it's just in the open. They're trained to ignore our rights. So you don't have the First Amendment when it comes to them. You don't have the Second Amendment when it comes to them. None of your rights matter because ICE is above the law. We knew that for a while because douchebag Stephen Miller said it openly on Fox News, calling out to ICE agents, basically just telling people, yeah, you're free to kill because nothing will happen to you. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And yeah, the story was they shot him because Ruben Ray Martinez was intentionally running over Homeland Security. And that was proven to be false. They also shot that woman back in October because she tried to run them over. She didn't. Video proves that to be wrong. They kill people because they want to. We have psychopaths and murderers for ICE. We have Republicans who are pro-murder of citizens in office. And they all protect pedophiles. Like, it's just one giant, just evil cabal of madness. And one thing I hate more than all the ICE stuff and everything, well, I mean, it kind of ties into ICE, is I hate racism. I've been open about that. I hate racism. I hate it. I hate it. And so Gavin Newsome decides to open his mouth and get racist too. This douchebag is in Atlanta, and he's giving a speech. Where was it? Yeah, Saturday night at the Rialto Center for Arts in Atlanta. He told them, he's talking to a mainly black audience and says, "I'm just like you because I can't read." Yep. That's just shy of saying you people. Calling an audience of mainly black people dumb and ignorant. Might as well just drop the N-word while you're at it. It's disgusting. Disgusting. That's not how, and California Governor Gavin Newsome wants you to know he's just a regular guy. He can't read. He barely passed the SATs. He grew up scraping by on frozen lasagna and mac and cheese. Never mind the billionaire family friends, the winery empire, or the $30 million net worth. Yeah. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 sat guy. SAT. I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act like trying to act all there if you got nine. That sentence doesn't make any sense, or maybe my head just hurts too bad. Yeah, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. If it's true this bastard can't read, that's a big issue. That's a big issue. I can understand you can't read a public, like for me, for the other channel. I don't do scripts anymore because repeating the script trips me up. As you guys see here, I'm reading something and I just can't do it. That's an issue because I'm on camera. I know I'm talking to people. If I sit here and read one of my many books, I'm just fine. I fly through that, but I'm also not speaking it out loud. So I kind of get that. But yeah, there's no way to look at this and be like, well, that wasn't just racist to say. I'm just like you. I can't read. There's other ways to say I'm a normal guy. Like, yeah, you come from money, you have money, but you can say like, you know, I know what it's like to struggle and have to deal with a vile, corrupt government. Or, you know, on Sundays, I also like to sit there and watch Super Bowl or maybe spend time with my family. That's a good way to say I'm like you. Or do it like Tim Walz did and say like, you know, I'm like you. I like to go hunting. I like to go to the bar and have a beer with friends. Like people. But to say I'm like you, I can't read. That's just insulting. They, you can't even blame it on not being able to read. That's just ignorance. That is just pure ignorance. Even if it wasn't black people. I mean, even if he wasn't like in front of a group where he says is going to come off as racist. To say that is the same thing Trump says. I love stupid people. I love the poorly educated. It's insulting. It's no self-awareness at all. And good morning, Kat. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And if you're acknowledging the fact that people of color have lower test scores, that should be something you focus on, is that we want to help people have access to a better education. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's me thinking beyond, you know, what stupid thing can I say? Because that's something this country desperately needs, is people to have access to an education. Like, you know, making college free. Not cutting back on education. Not destroying the Department of Education. That would be a very key thing to do. Not destroy the Department of Education. To build it back up. Get rid of all this shit where we're trying to like spread lies. Where Trump and DeSantis wanted to get rid of basically hating on white people because, you know, history just shows that white people are bad. Well, if they've done bad things, that's history. You can't change it. Don't lie about it. Don't try to hide it. Education in this country is so screwed up. So screwed up. We're behind on everything. We're behind on math. We're behind on reading. Like literacy is scarily low in this country. And I hate that because I love reading. I love books. I love what the enjoyment you could get out of a fiction book or the great information you could get out of a, you know, nonfiction book. It's sad. It's sad. Books are a dying art. But yeah, my head hurts, so I think I'm going to call it there. it's sad. It's sad that this guy is going to be our Democratic president, electee, whatever you want to call him, because Democrats won't push anybody who is going to be good. Honestly, I'd go back and say what about Tim Walz? I mean, we could have some good people out there. I mean, hell, I would take like Tim Walz and VP Bernie. That would be cool because they would both fight for good things. AOC isn't perfect, but I would prefer her over everybody else who's in the running. Even my own governor, Josh Shapiro. He is okay on some things, but he's not what we need. Given I am a person who would say, if I have to vote between Gavin Newsome and Trump Jr. or Stephen Miller, 100% I'm going to vote for Newsome, because Jesus Christ, we cannot afford to keep doing this dumb shit. But we need to push them to actually go left. We need good left politicians, people who care about everyone in this country, who want to see everybody thrive, the whole country thrive. Actually do what Trump says and make America great. I would say again, but we've never been great. At least not in my lifetime or my parents' lifetime. We've never been great. Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. I hope it goes away too. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully with more energy and better stories and all that fun stuff. You guys take care, stay safe. Yeah, Newsome is MAGA. He's a MAGA light. He's that Republican I always talk about, or the Democrats. How it's far right, you have MAGA. Just a foot away from them, you have Republicans, and about, an arm's length away, you have Newsome and the Democratic Party. They're all Republicans. There's nobody on the left to support us. I hate it. Yeah, thank you guys for your kind words, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care and stay safe. And yeah, have fun.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. And if you could, please help us out and give us a like, maybe comment, and subscribe. Better yet, share our content. It's pretty dark times out there, and this is topics that people need to hear. It's what's best for our country. I mean, we're talking about better politics. And also, if you want, join our Discord, carry on the conversation. It's a fun time. And until next time, you take care.